Hello and good evening. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. My name is Alvis. I am the Finnish wizard. And tonight will be simply a casual evening of playing some Deep Rock Galactic, as I did once previously. Today I'll be playing a bit of Scout, as it's currently the only class that I have yet to promote. Which means that once I've done that, then I can do deep dives on any class. So we'll be working on those assignments today. And nothing more to it, really. If anyone happens to come on, and I'd like to... If you don't know the game, I don't mind talking about it. I enjoy this game a lot. I like introducing people to it. Or you can just come hang out. Whatever you feel like personally is perfectly fine by me. So, yeah, as I mentioned, there's a promotion thing, which means that once you get your character to rank 25, you can promote that character, which means that you reset the rank to back to 1. However, you still keep all your progress with it, like all the equipment and such, but you unlock some additional things, such as the deep dives on that character, and it means you basically have a full-grown character. You can promote the character as many times as you want, and the icon for it keeps getting fancier. Like if I look at my current ones, all of these are just promoted once, so they just have 1 star. If I were to promote them again, it would be 2, then 3, then I think it returns back to 1, but then you get additional effects like bronze or whatever, and yeah, it just keeps on going. Not sure if there's a maximum to it or anything, but I want. So let's see what the first mission is. Okay, it's Morkite Collection, a mining expedition, and there's a lithophage outbreak. Okay. It's fine. I like playing on Hazard 3, it's a nice casual difficulty where you still have to kind of look out. The volume is fine, I was fiddling with it just a little before the stream. So it's not the same level as it was last time. Which could mean that it's bad or good or whatever, so if anything's off, I hope you'll let me know. I made it a public lobby, so we should have people joining as well. Of course, they will be basically random people, because that's how the game works. You can of course also make your own private lobbies. It's just no point doing it for this. If there are people in the PinTuber community or elsewhere that want to play, then I might be down for that. Let me know. What is that?
Here we go!
Why did this end up inside a ship? That is strange.
This is a simple mining mission. Deposit your quota of Morkite into the mule.
Simple mining mission.
Good luck.
I feel like these are often the most complicated ones because you have to go through such a large area, generally speaking. These and the Juggernaut missions, like those are the ones where you do just a ton of exploration and things can get really complicated. They're also quite fun for that reason, but depends. On Scout they're quite a bit of fun because you don't mind having to go around quite as much. Because obviously you just have a grappling hook to just go wherever you want to go. Okay, so we have our secondary objective is going to be these Fester fleas.
Bullseye!
Not a huge fan of dealing with that with an assault rifle, but oh, it's far from the worst thing. Of course, I do also have the crossbow. That's going to be even harder, so it's not even bothering. It would probably one-shot them, but actually getting off a shot on such a tiny thing at what is probably a large range is going to be a pain. I think we just have a player joining. That's typically, yeah, that's why it usually freezes. Should be fine now.
Loot bug down! Inventory is full.
Yep.
Just take your sweet
Already
time,
full.
old lady. I've got all day.
Yeah, often the first room of any given expedition is gonna be quite filled with treasures, so
This
it's usually worthwhile looking around.
No more room.
Cavalry's here. New miner inbound.
Looks like we got an experienced driller.
Rock and stone, brother. Nice
Rock and stone.
light.
Yeah, we got some gold and a way forward, it seems. Gotta dig soon, but we can leave that up to the digger. The driller, rather. Have an easier time with it.
I need to deposit in the mule.
Okay. I already went through, I didn't even notice. That was fast. Okay, I got Nitra. I can probably get that as soon as I can see something. Oh, never mind, he's already pretty
Molly,
much got it.
come here.
Fine. Okay, we're using some acid spitters. Not as annoying as web spitters, but
Bunch of
still slightly
meteor
irritating.
fragments are coming your way.
I
Stay
better look
mobile.
around.
Try not to die.
Doesn't seem like anything's coming close to us. But you still want to be on the lookout, because getting hit by one of those is just instant death, basically. If you're on it. Even if it's just the fragments. Or maybe you could take a fragment. I forget. Could be either way. Because they landed under here. Yep.
Where is that damn mule?
Let's have some light. And dig up the fragments and find some plague hearts. Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Burns. It burns.
Oops, didn't shoot another flare there.
Fuck looted.
Do that.
I took out the cave leech.
Rock and roll and stone.
Yeah, that one's dug up. Yeah, let's just put the heart in there now. The thing is here.
Molly, over here.
Okay.
Ugh, air's kinda heavy down here. Ow.
Ah. Try and get a little closer before attacking it.
Gotta go fast.
These things tend to really run away. But yeah, it turns out the cryo cannon is just kind of perfect against those, because you can just stop them in their tracks. Nice. Definitely a very good driller weapon. I just personally didn't like using it very much.
I died
It always felt like a
every time I
bit of a
have to take out
two-phase
the mule.
project, you know? Because you have to freeze things and then you kill them with something else generally.
One more spring bunny secured. Management
So
will
either
be
you have to do it
pleased.
yourself with the
Performance
drills, which
bonus
is like,
activated.
you're kind of spending fuel on that, which is
Your team
less
is
than
there.
ideal.
Dwarf inbound.
Or you're having to use your less powerful weapons for it. Which is also not perfect, but it's
Definitely not.
nice.
Miner is on the way to
It's still
join
undeniably very
I think
good.
I've seen
I
you
just personally don't
Maybe
prefer
the
it.
bar last night.
Get ready, team.
Well done, we have a full
All
group.
of Clifford Swarmers heading your way. Get your stomping boots on.
Light.
Have a look around, see if we can find
I was born ready.
anything more. No. Well, this is where we came from, right? Get this gold. When do we have this one coming? Okay, here we go. Go ahead and throw some pheromones in there.
Other monsters.
Start a civil war.
Sentry's down. Go get him, boy. Take that.
Quite nice grenades. Like it's combines sort of a crowd control with damage as well.
One sentry gun.
Because you start a fight amongst themselves, so they're not both not gonna attack you and they're also gonna damage each other, so it's really good. Obviously it's useless against rival faction, so if you're running as robots, then pheromones are gonna be worthless, but yeah, maybe if you're going on a data rack mission, then maybe you don't bring that. And that, quite good. That gets all other sources of pheromones as well, such as the crossbow that I have. I currently don't have that upgrade on. I have like explosive bolts. Put a debuff on the enemy, which if if it dies, then it explodes. Sort of a two-phase thing.
Reload.
Kind of testing it out. I haven't used it much yet.
Lock and loaded.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Okay, we've got some copper.
Lights up.
Anything else? Nitra? Good.
One sentry gun, ready to be filled.
Weapon ready.
Rock and roll.
Hey, Pirate Johnson.
Last time I was using a different weapon on the scout. I forgot. I think I was using the plasma carbine because it was still new for me then. But I think my favorite weapon on the scout is definitely the assault rifle. It's just such a jack of all trades, but at the same time it has a really nice mobility perk on it, which can be used, and is really good against weak points.
Requesting cleansing equipment.
And we
Stand
got
by.
cleansing.
Cleansing pod is on its way.
Lighting up.
Sentry on.
Festively.
Mark that
Hate those
Festerfully if
things,
someone
get
has
it.
a good weapon for it. I don't want to shoot it.
I was born ready.
Applying lithium.
The
Cleansing
assault
pod has
rifle.
arrived. Keep your exposure
I
to
think I
a
may have
minimum.
missed.
We don't want you growing extra limbs or something.
Why is my FPS dropping? This is weird.
I'm gonna kill you all. Boom, baby.
It could be the particle effect of the cloud or something. Typically this is pretty smooth, but maybe it's because I'm streaming at the same time. I don't recall many FPS drops back then either.
Lift it down.
Back in the last stream, I mean.
Booyah. I
Clean.
shall fester.
Nice, nice. Could get that Markite.
Active rock toxin action here. Deposit time. Don't let the moisture in. Donkey, come here.
Go ahead and see if we can mod our options just a little bit. What is the thing that I'm having trouble with here? Is effects, I would say. Turn those out down a little bit. Should be good.
One sentry gun, ready to be filled.
Oh, look at that. I think there's Jade is here. You can tell by the
Board
green
ready.
stuff around here that there's something buried. Let's see, where exactly is it? Ah, there it is. Perfect.
Molly.
Oops, did not mean to fall on top of the thorns. This is fine.
I'll beat your record this time. Just watch me.
Putting all the Markite as well. I think someone was
We got bug signs.
just
Swarming
marking.
coming.
There's gold over there.
Lighting.
Not seeing much more value in this room. Let's go have a look here up here because we're the only one who can get here nicely. Be something.
The
Oh, never
swarm
mind.
upon you.
That was a terrible mistake.
Ah! Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Okay, let's get out of there.
Pheromones.
Okay, let's do
Let 'em
some
kill each
pheromones.
other.
Get down there.
Flares up.
Put up a flare.
Come and get me, you disgusting bug. You black witch came free. I'm on your side. Stop poking me. Resupply order.
Get a resupply. I can use the crossbow meantime. I haven't been using any ammo on it.
Reloading.
You're almost through the wave, team. Go, go.
Resupply pod is here. Everybody collect ammunition. Die, you double-jointed freaks! Die! I hope that wasn't on purpose.
Okay, got him. Now we got some supplies.
I'm taking some of the ammo.
Let's take ours.
Oh yeah.
Getting more ammo.
Which way do we need to go?
Weapon ready. Watch it.
Probably up there, actually. Seems fine.
Past your expiration. Don't shoot me, you bloated.
Those were a little unnecessary. They just got in my way. Grabber didn't get grabbed. Good.
I need a damn line
Get the
cut on
mule
this.
here.
Where is it?
Ah, there it is.
Move your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Is it coming? There it is. Hello. Stop. Right there. Now let's go.
At this rate, I'll pop soon.
Don't shoot me.
Whoops. That was just one shot. Victorian down there.
One sentry gun ready to be filled.
Can we shoot it?
We gotta look
Oh, that was a terrible shot. Let's try that again. A little closer this time.
Cleansing equipment is on its way.
Yeah, I think we can get in some shots now.
Cleansing pod has arrived.
Okay, got it.
Vacuuming the phone.
What do we do? Okay, these guys are dealing with that, but I want to explore a little bit, see if I can find anything. Oh. A spitball infector? At point blank? Yeah, not great. Looks like there's two of these points right next to each other, so I'm gonna call another pod here and get to work on this.
Cleansing pod incoming.
Lights up.
There's also a Morkite there.
I love this grappling.
I gotta get up. Just finish, no one else can get here nicely.
Clear the area of rock pox and get on with the mission.
I killed a looper, and I'm not so proud about it.
Here we go.
Sucking up the phone.
Let's see what's left over. Film it. Oh, that was quick. That was really fast. I don't think I've ever seen a contagious spike dealt with that fast. Level on 2. That was like 2 spikes in a minute. Very effective. Okay, we still need a couple more fester fleas. Got one right there.
I got one of the annoying bugs.
Destroyed. Another one.
Frenemies! Light is up.
Nice, nice. You still need 2 fester fleas. I wonder if we can find those in this cavern or do we need to go elsewhere?
Flares up.
I'm not hearing any of them, at least.
I was born ready.
They do have a very distinct sound they make when they're flying around, so if they were here, I would know. Means there's a way forward here to be able to find the missing ones over. I'm gonna dig a hole. Is this correct? Oh, I need to basically go right down here. Ah, thank you, driller. If nothing else, there's a bunch of minerals.
Skull Crusher!
Lighting!
Oh, there's also Morkite.
I need the mule right.
What is that sound?
Morkite!
Yeah, I'm marking the Morkite for the engineer. Maybe he can drop me a platform and I can go pick it up.
Platform!
There we go.
Platform. I'm full. Heading to the
Okay,
mule.
hold on, Morkite.
Donkey! Come
Brace,
here!
brace. Swarm detected.
Ah, swarm. It's fine. I can go dig up some Morkite.
Armed and ready.
Because I'm probably going to be harassed by bugs, but hey. That's the scout life.
Incoming. Smoke him if you got him.
That was a totally unnecessary grenade, but oh well.
Watch me fly! You bug cut. Feel much better now. Watch the
Yeah, looks like there's another place you can dig a hole through here.
I think we need to
Mark
dig
that for the driller. Of course, the driller might just miss that entirely because of the horde going on, but hey. Might as well. And I'm almost out of ammo again. Use the crossbow more. Pretty efficient at dealing with the little bugs. You can just shoot them anywhere and they just die in one hit.
What's
Lighting
the
up!
fire, moron?
The stream of incoming enemies is practically
Did I
eradicated.
get the gold?
And you're still alive. Well done.
Hey, that's good. Someone just mentioned nitro. Oh, there. Okay.
Access provided.
Nice, nice, nice. Alright, I think we got all of it. Or enough of it.
my poor feet!
We're rich.
Tradition demands it.
We're rich. We're rich.
Oh, my aching head. Will you lugs please bloody focus?
To the bone.
Molly is on the way.
We're rich.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that to them and have a look around. Ed? Oh, Festerfleet.
Out of ammo!
Oh, I didn't get it.
Well done. Secondary objective completed.
Come here!
See you later. I need the mule right here, right now.
I also have the same upgrade that lets me move faster after a kill on the crossbow, so it's quite convenient. Because pretty much it is going to kill something every shot. Is the engineer here? Yes.
Platform.
So let's go ahead and mark that.
Morkite found!
Lead down. Zipline. Done.
Platforms
A
in
zip
place.
line?
Out of
Okay.
ammo.
I mean, I can use a zip line too, sure.
Platform. I can't carry anymore.
Oh wait, I'm full on Markite.
Morkite
I need the
found!
mule. Where's the mule? Give me the mule. Get over
Deep
here.
Rock seriously need to invest in some better equipment.
Oh shit, I'm actually out of ammo on the assault rifle, forgot.
Nitro's been withdrawn.
Better order
Supply
supplies.
pod is inbound.
Attacking me!
What is that? Oh, I was in some gun.
Reloaded.
Die, creep!
You stop turning around. I want to get behind you. There you go. Thank you.
Shooting your
Bloody
pointing
fire,
here.
your
You're not
fuel's
ready
gonna
to
be
kill
a
some more.
Get some ammo. Why am I taking damage? Oh, it was a poison cloud behind me.
Lock and load.
Time to dig out the old box of bed.
Yow!
Where's it? Oh, you take damage from this thing for some reason. Didn't look like it would, but hey.
Good work. All objectives have been achieved.
Okay, where's
Call
Molly?
drop pod when you're ready
Down
to
there.
move on.
Consider this. Legally speaking, rocking is more legal than stoning. Eh? Eh?
Oh, hold on, there's something over there. Croppa? I think this is Croppa. No, Bismore, sorry. Got it mixed up.
Better than flying.
Drop pod's on the way. Hang in there.
I'm getting a rash!
Drop pod has arrived. The mule has been called back. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
More of these and I'll bleed out!
Lights up! Let there be light! Damn flares could need an upgrade. Light! Horn ready.
One sentry gun ready to be built. Sentry done! Go get him, boy!
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
I'm glad we have someone to carry our rocks and stones.
Flares up! Turbo! Squash him! Watch where you're shooting, moron!
Sentry gun needs assembly. Sentry off!
Horn ready. Shredder's out.
Let's leave this
The
hellhole!
mule is secured. Initiating launch sequence. Deep Rock Galactic thanks you for your good work. Drop pod will leave with or without you.
Rock and stone!
Retrieving escape pod.
Rock and stone, yeah! Job done.
Job done. Keep at it and you'll...
Milestone completed. I really need those minerals. That's money well spent. Yes! I'll put it to good use.
Mission locked in. Powering up the drop pod.
Come on, guys! We're leaving!
Drop sequence initiating.
I think I was muted for a second there. I may have pressed it by accident at some point. Oh well. I am no longer muted. And I don't think it was for very long either.
Rockin' on my little job!
Okay. Let's go.
Rockin' stone forever!
Yeah, this is definitely a favorite mission type of mine. Then another one I really enjoy is what was it called? It's not point extraction, that's different. On-site refining is pretty fun. But that's mostly as a driller. As the other classes, it's not quite as fun, but I think it's still pretty good.
Watch out. Drill dozer approaching.
On-site refining is where you have basically a base, and you need to build pipelines to 3 different places, and you need to build those. You need to protect them from the bugs, and you get to do quite a bit of exploring in the cavern. Yeah, pretty good. And I like it quite a lot.
Flares up!
No, there's just nothing there. Wholly pointless flare. This cavern seems pretty empty overall.
Reloading!
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that usually the opening cavern has a lot of stuff, but it feels like the drill dozer missions are an exception to that.
Drill dozer moving.
Just typically the first chamber here has like, maybe you find some nitra, little something else, some bonus objective stuff, but that's about it.
This bad boy can drill so many tunnels.
Yeah, I did say I like this mission type, but as a scout, maybe not as much. Doesn't play to their strengths as much as some other mission types.
Swarm detected.
Because this, where you're just standing on the dozer and defending it, scout's not the best arm for it. Like, of course they're fine. Like, they have weapons like everyone else, but... Some stuff here, let's go pick it up. Also, I should probably shoot this thing, so I don't get shot. I suppose this is one thing scouts are pretty decent at, which is basically collecting minerals while the dozer is moving, and then still being able to catch up without too much issue. Just expedite things. Yeah, I really don't like those little things. Is the dozer okay? Yeah. Just taking some damage, it's fine. Pheromone these. Okay, we got him. Yeah, let's help out here. We can get all this nitro. Those are being taken care of, so we're okay. Oh, this, yeah. Definitely happens a lot as a scout. Like, you climb up somewhere ridiculous where you can't move anywhere, and then you just have a bunch of bogs right on you because they just climb up to you. Probably the biggest reason I have thorns on this character. I have it on most characters, but on Scout I'm just never gonna give it up because that just keeps happening. Thorns is you might be able to tell from the name, but it's when something hits you in melee, they take damage in return. It doesn't like one-hit kill grunts, but it does one-hit kill the little things that you might have been seeing around. And it does help with killing the grunts as well, so it's pretty good on Scouts. Nitro up there, I'm gonna go get that. Oh well, this is a little funky. Oh right, I'm full on Nitro, I forgot. Go. That was a mistake. My grappling hook wasn't quite recharged. I was hoping to use that to stop the fall damage, but I misjudged the timing. Okay, let's put this up. I'm gonna go back up here and get this Nitra here. As a scout, I could also, of course, be dealing with the fuel, but I don't think it's as useful as me just going to the hard-to-reach places and getting as many minerals as possible. Because while it's true that there are some tricks you can pull as a scout to get those canisters up into difficult places, it's really hard to pull off, and I just don't have it in me. Because it takes some really fancy maneuvering. I've seen it done before, like, it wasn't specifically with these fuel canisters, it was with something else heavy. Like a chunk of mineral or something. That I've seen it done. Like, basically throw it forward, and they grappling hook, grab it in the air, and let the momentum carry them. Yeah, it's very fancy. See a Bulu cap. Pick it up.
Lloyd is up.
Nice.
Weapon ready.
Am I missing anything else? Let's go have a look around. I think we have most of what we want from this area. Means I could go take a look back where we came from, because it's typically pretty likely that you miss something on the way. Where exactly did we come from? Hold on. Here.
We are unbreakable.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have a glimpse. Pretty common to just miss stuff while your drill dozer is going along. I did get quite a lot of the stuff that was in here.
Drill dozer is under attack.
But I'm sure there's more stuff to get. Usually, oh, there is some nitra here. Not the easiest of places, for sure. Oh, this was a mistake, wasn't it?
Be gone!
Okay, I can still save myself from taking massive damage. Yeah, I'm not gonna deal with that right now. It'd be possible if I had my hover boots. I think I could maybe make a hole in the wall and do it that way, but let's just leave it be. And go get that Bulu cap. I marked it kindly. Okay, and that gold. Alright.
At least we don't have to haul all these minerals around ourselves.
Let's go.
Drill dozer moving. Try to keep up and guard it with your life.
I haven't tried the taser yet. Because there's like a ball on it. I forget exactly what it was even supposed to do, but I think it's like some kind of damage over time thing. Maybe even stuns. I guess we're about to find out. I'm just gonna shoot it at something. Like, say... I'm not gonna... Oh, that's one. Okay, so it takes electric damage over time. It's being electrified. Alright. That's not bad, actually. Especially with the upgrade I got for the duration. It's gonna be good for really chunky targets.
Die, monsters! Horde ready.
Put a pheromone there.
Let him kill it.
Seems like a good one. Anything here that I should get?
Lights up!
Yes. Get some nitro. There's a cap there, just be careful not to fall. Grab onto that and we should be fine. Same with that one, not the greatest of positions. Probably can't reach it from here, but if I find this right, then I can just do this.
Just take your sweet time, old lady. I've got all day.
Alright, this is going swimmingly.
Covering
Only this
fire!
bloody bucket was bigger. A lot bigger.
Ollie!
Oh, they just called it when I was about to put stuff in it. Oh well. It's fine.
Greta is under attack!
Yeah, this does work decently at this range too. You just don't hold the mouse button for no reason.
Drill dozer has
It helps that I have the upgrade that lets it
Power and
the
hardstone is jamming out
first
radius.
shot be always at
Expect heavy pressure when
like
the
pinpoint
drilling
accuracy.
commences.
So just doing basically semi-auto
Ludicrous speed!
works really well. In terms of accuracy, it's not terribly high DPS, but you don't need that much against just your average bugs.
Yeah, give me some sugar.
Okay, we got our HP back. I see that.
Flares up!
More minerals.
Launched. Better stand back.
I was born ready.
Okay, excellent. There's some nitro there. I think that person can get it just fine. There's also more over here.
Light!
I could get some of this.
We had another
Sure.
cargo shuttle go down like this.
Actually, I can
Good
get...
work, miners. Performance point bonus is
Oh.
active.
I'm full again. I forgot. Oh well. Just go down.
I found! Ready to shoot.
Rocket stone.
Oh, there it is.
Where is that damn tin can?
I'm taking
Mining is
some of
hard.
I can go back up and get the rest of that quite nicely.
that damn.
Secondary objective completed. Now finish the job.
Okay, that's good. And I can get this.
Getting more ammo.
Just need to get the right spot. Right there. Very nice. Oh. That didn't go quite as planned.
Order is on the way.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start it. Why not? Doesn't stop me from looking
Extraction
around.
commencing. Drill dozer running at full steam.
Might as
Stay
well.
alert, team. The noise and vibrations are attracting the bugs.
There was definitely still something I wanted to dig up there. I think I saw
Get
something.
ready to protect the drill dozer.
Maybe I'm just horribly wrong.
Pod requisitioned.
I have a look.
Launching now. Swarm. It's
Let's
a
give
big
them
one,
some
team.
light.
Lighting up!
Okay, got that. Wasn't there. There's something here, maybe?
Let there
Besides
be
the red
light.
sugar, which I don't currently need. No. Yeah, I think this place is... Oh, wait, I did see something.
Light is
I
up.
was right. It was this thing. Bit of a pain to dig this, but hey.
The drill dozer has
Anything
broken
for minerals.
the shill. So far, so good.
Okay, I think I got that. Also saw some booby caps here. Okay, let's give the teammates some help. You know what? These are actually doing kind of fine. Oh, I should probably not be tasing these. This is actually a good weapon against these. I like it. I'm quite fond of how this weapon operates. Feels good, good to use, deals good damage. I'm not sure yet about the ammo economy. Like what exactly is the ideal way to use it or so on, but...
We're 50% through, team. Drill Dozer is still holding together.
Alright, we don't exactly need these anymore, do we?
The swarm is upon you.
Just racking up score for no reason. Let's go back. Someone is being dragged. I can see that. Oh, whoops. That was a big mistake. Trying to get down, but I switched weapons when I was trying to grapple at the same time, and that just does not work how you want it. Let's resupply. Running out of ammo. Put a little lead around here. Alrighty. Taking back those.
Grabbing ammo. Getting more ammo.
The drill dozer is exposing the core. The Heartstone is almost ours.
Ready to break.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna have to dig through these, I guess. Oh wait, it's just already stopped. I think the gunner's shooting the tips off. That's a really good way of dealing with those things.
Swarm approaching the drill dozer.
It also seems to be what's going on because I'm not seeing anyone break the bottoms, but they're just stopping functioning. Couple order. Why am I moving so slow? Oh, it's because the ground is shaking now. I got it. Oh, great. Just got grabbed. Let's use tasers. Right. A bit tough to use against the wardens on you because you can get a sure shot on the weak spot. They just have such a dramatic difference in whether you shoot them in the body or the weak spot. It's a massive damage difference, and it's even more so if you have like a weak spot weapon like the assault rifle. Okay, we're done. Get some more supplies because there's another one here. Fine.
The drill dozer served its purpose. The Heartstone is ours. Deposit it and wrap up the mission.
Let's get going.
Armor and Heartstone secured. Press the button.
Give me a
on the
button.
fuel, and we will send in the drop
There we go.
pod. Drop pod inbound. Stand clear.
And the most boring part of these missions, of these drill dozer missions, is the extraction, because it's always like in a super easy to reach place where you basically just have to run there directly because you're just following these tunnels. It's never in a weird direction, typically not in a difficult place either. You just kind of
Pod departing
backtrack
in
on
T-minus
foot
5 minutes.
and then you're there. Not a fan of that part. Everything else about these missions, I think they're pretty decent.
Sentry gun needs assembly. Sentry off. I foresee a lot of shooting in your.
might as well just light everything. Carl Winter raiding. Thank you. Yeah, I have seen you before. I think, another VTuber. Finnish one, if I'm not mistaken. How are you? What were you playing?
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Was playing Fallout New Vegas. Oh, that's a classic. Been a while since I played, but it's just a... Yeah, that game is pretty much always a good time. What kind of character? Curious.
Could you please hurry up? We're leaving.
That's one for the books. Retrieving escape pod.
Rocket stove! Shield ready.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about characters I personally have played in New Vegas. Like my first one was pretty basic, I would say. Pretty much sneaky, sniper, gun using, and then good at medicine. That was most of the things that character was good at. I guess I also invested in speech, but yeah, that one wasn't very interesting. But there have been some other builds that I played in that game that were quite curious. Can be surprisingly in-depth. Yeah, gun, lockpicking, science, yeah. It's a good set. You can always rely on guns, and lockpicking and science just let you, do a lot of things. I think one of my favorite ones was when I had a character who invested heavily in... It was basically luck, energy, weapons, and science and repair. So... could you just do a lot of stuff with energy weapons, could recycle ammo, and then luck was good with them because I think if I recall correctly, they critical hit a lot. And then of course luck in New Vegas is like, if you have enough of it, then you can just go rob all the casinos and you just have caps for the rest of the game, which is also fantastic. So anyway, what I'm playing right now is, as you can see, it's Deep Rock Galactic. Are you familiar with this, by any chance? I would like... I don't mind telling you about the game if
Mission
not.
is ready. The pod is prepped. Get on board to drop pod.
Not really. Right, so it is a co-op game. Up to 4 players, or you can play alone as well, and it gives you a bit of things to work with if you want to do that. But the basic idea is you're dwarves, you're in the future, you're on the most dangerous planet in the known universe, which is filled with hordes of bugs, but it is also filled with valuable resources. So, as dwarves, you're gonna go in and dig those resources, bugs be damned. So, yeah, kill hordes of bugs, get loads of minerals and other things, is the basic idea of the game. And then there's a bunch of customization with the weapons and how the different classes work and so on. And various mission types. So I'm currently playing as the Scout, which is a highly mobile class. As you can see, I have a grappling hook, which currently I've modified it to be very short on the cooldown, so I can move around quite a lot. But yeah, the Scout's primary thing is the grappling hook. However, it also has a flare gun, so it can shoot. The caverns are dark. Everyone does have these hand flares, but they don't light very large areas, and they also don't do it for very long. So the Scout can help light up areas as well as just get to places that other characters have trouble getting to. That's what the Scout does. And currently every class always has 2 weapons, the primary and the secondary. Currently I have the assault rifle you see me using right now as my primary, which is really, it's the first weapon that the Scout gets, and it's really basic. But what is different about it to other weapons of the Scout is, well, in my opinion, this is just how I like to use it, is it has a weak point bonus damage, so shooting bugs in the head does like plus 20% more damage. It also has a normal bonus damage as well, but it's like it does even more. And on top of that, it has this thing where you can upgrade it to where when you kill enemies, you get a speed boost, which is really quite nice, because then you can move around really swiftly. So if you see this, as soon as I kill one of those things, I'm just moving at a blazing speed. But it really helps you stay alive. Anyway, this mission type is what is called point extraction. So we're at this... this is not exactly a refinery, it's like a drilling station or whatever. And the basic idea is that there are these things, the aquarks, are hidden everywhere in the environment. So if you can look, once you look around, let me see if I can find some. Okay, that right there. Okay, let's go there. Do you see this blue glow over here? That means that there is an aquark hidden in this wall right here. So what we want to do is dig these up and bring them back to the point. That's this mission type in a nutshell. And also there's always some kind of secondary objective, which currently for us is extracting holomite, which is really, it's just getting this stuff and bringing it back. It's just improves your rewards and changes up your experience a little bit. Typically it's just finding minerals, finding mushrooms, finding whatever in the environment, and they tend to be in slightly different places based on what exactly you're looking for.
Welcome to the team.
Right, I was supposed to be digging this up when I got distracted. Well, let's go get this.
Eat land! Weapon ready.
Yeah, these little bugs can be somewhat annoying sometimes, but I currently have a perk equipped which kind of just automatically kills them if they hit me, so don't have to worry about them too much. I have this thing called spikes, which means that anything that hits me in melee is going to take some damage in return, and those small things just die right if they hit me, so that's quite well. Sounds pretty cool. Yes, this is a very cool game, and it has a very cool price tag as well, so even if it's not on sale, it's gonna be 30 euros, and yeah, you just get the whole game. You don't need to buy any content updates or anything like that. It does have some cosmetic DLC, which I believe all of that is like from previous events, or at least some of it is. I'm not exactly sure how that works. But yeah, it's a 30 euro price tag for a game that gives you a lot of playing time, but it's also often on sale. I've seen it like, it's not quite every month, but every other month you'll see it on sale at like something like 5 euros. And yeah, that price is basically, you'd have to be insane not to pick it up. Or maybe you just don't like the game style at all, which is like understandable. I disagree, but understandable. So yeah, besides the basic bugs, you'll see also different enemy types. This is a pretty common one, the Praetorians. Which are large things that typically spit acid, but in this map type, they also have this radiation ability that they do around them. They do have a big weak spot on the back, but yeah, it can be hard to reach if you have two of them spitting at you at the same time. Yeah, this is one of those games that any opportunity I get, I will shill for, because I think it's just a great value proposition. It's a lot of fun, especially if you can get some friends to play. Then it's a very good experience. And because of the way this game handles scaling, which is to say, it doesn't really do a lot of power scaling. Like, of course, you do get your weapon upgrades and such, but it's not like another similar game would be like Dark Tide, where you kind of have to rank up to the max and you have to get your equipment and so on. Deep Rock doesn't do quite as much of that, so playing together with your new friends is quite simple, really. It's like you don't have to worry about being overly powerful or anything, and yeah, even just jumping right into difficulty level 3, which I'm currently playing, is I would say perfectly doable for just a new player. Like this is a nice average casual difficulty, I think, which is like, yeah, you can definitely lose missions at this difficulty, but you don't have to worry too much at all.
Don't waste your ammunition!
Prepare for multiple impacts. Step lively, team.
Yeah, let's get that down there. Someone else can pick it up.
Controls are active and awaiting your input. Let's bring it home, team.
Oh, there's something up there as well.
Secondary objective completed. Make it home.
Wow, so many of these little things. Oh, right, that's right, I forgot. There's a modifier on this mission when I joined. It was Swarmageddon, which means that you get a lot of these little annoying things. I think I can reach this from up here, maybe? Nope. That was a mistake.
Lloyd!
If I can get a footing, then maybe I can do this. Try this again.
Weapon ready!
Okay, I think I can do it from there now. Let's go get it. Okay, this will do. So as you see, like, there's this white glowy bits, which means there is, what was this called? I forget what these are called. They're like salt something, maybe? But yeah, another one of those, rarer minerals that you can look out for. Works kind of in the same way as the aquarks that we came here to look for, but it's, optional. And it's basically for resources, so yeah, worth picking up if you see them. Come on. You can do this. Oh, fine. Drop it down there. Ooh, not great. Let's get on this. Come on. And leave. There we go. And we can bring this over here. Okay, I think that's all done. Let's go ahead and summon the rocket. Or launch the rocket and summon the pod.
Minehead launched. Escape pod will arrive when Minehead has been secured. Hang in there.
Okay, there's Nitro up there, but yeah, I'm not gonna pick that up without an engineer. Sorry, not even gonna bother. An engineer could put a... Oh, that will work, actually. Yeah, zipline. This is a gunner ability, so you see the... Rike or something like that with the green border there, and that's a gunner icon. So it's another one of the classes. Each one of the classes has not only different weapons but also very different exploratory tools, as I would put it. So gunner, as is in the name, has some pretty heavy equipment for, well, just taking out enemies. They're just generally good at killing everything. They have very good ammo economy. And they also have this shield that they can drop for their allies to protect them, which keeps all the bugs out. And this zipline thing that you saw here, which is like, yeah, they can set this up permanently. Anyone can use it, and it can also be used to carry like heavy objects if you need to ever handle that. The downside is, of course, that you don't get so many of these. Like you get, I forget what the base amount is. It's like 4, and you can upgrade up to 5 or 6, something like that. So you don't get too many of those, but they are fairly useful once you do put them down.
I got no ammo left.
Yeah, so that's the gunner. I think they had something else. No, I didn't mention the shield as well. So yeah, I don't think I missed anything with those. Then you see the yellow guy on the left, Anthony Wilde, that is being a driller, which, well, basically the theme of it is, well, not only drilling, but their weapons are, all of them, besides like maybe the first secondary, are basically like war crimes. So you have a flamethrower, you have a cryo cannon which freezes enemies, you have a weapon that shoots toxic waste at enemies. Very powerful weapons, not quite as ammo efficient as what the gunner is using, but really good generally at crowd control. And just really solid weapons. Probably some of my favorites in the game. And yeah, as mentioned, they have a drill as well. Which means like, okay, so anyone can dig, right? You can beat at a wall and you can make some holes, but it takes forever basically. But as the driller, yeah, it's a lot faster. You can dig much bigger holes, and you can do a lot of things that the other people are gonna struggle with. So you can make passes that weren't there, and just be very creative with it. They also have these satchel charges, or whatever they're called. They can set a bomb somewhere and then explode it on command later, which has two uses. The first one is obvious. You can set it as something to kill a bunch of bugs, which is, like, obviously that works. But also, unlike other explosives, it can actually be used to dig up minerals. So if you put it on a mineral node and you blow it up, it doesn't just disappear like it might with some other ways of doing that. Like, say with the drill, if you use that, it doesn't get dug up properly. Or if someone blows it up, then it's just gonna go away. But with their explosives, they can just go ahead. Okay, I'm gonna throw this here and get all the minerals here in a jiffy. Which can be good if you're either in a hurry on like a drill dozer mission, or maybe it's just in a tough to reach place where you just kind of want to throw an explosive at it and dig it up that way. That's the driller. And the last class is the engineer, which also has a bunch of unique tools like everyone else. I'm just gonna set up. What is up with me getting like so many modifiers on these missions? This one has a lithophage, outbreak, and volatile guts. It's fine. So anyway, engineer. His name may imply they can actually build some things, which would include two main things really. They have turrets, which they can set anywhere they want, and you build them and then they start shooting at things, which is quite handy. Even in the more exploratory type missions where you're not exactly doing point defense, with good placement you can do quite a bit with the turrets. And you have various different upgrades, like maybe you get 2 turrets, or you can build faster, or you have lots of range, or yeah, various different things you can do with that. And the other thing they can build is platforms. They have a platform gun that they can, yeah, basically you shoot it, it has this, shoots this glob, which then turns into a platform on whatever it hits. Which is one of the best ways of trying to reach high up places with that don't really have support for your feet, like some of the nodes we saw in that previous mission. Kind of a pain in the ass for an engineer. It's specifically really good with scout on the team, because like wherever you put a platform, the scout can get to it. Like, you just give the scout a footing, and then they're gonna go and get whatever it is up there, and that works quite nicely. They have some of the more unique weapons in the game, I would say. Like, if I think about the... Oh, I got caught. Think about the primaries. The first one they have is just... Yeah, sure, it's just a shotgun. Yeah, there's not much to that. But then already the second weapon... let me think. What was the second weapon? I just remember the first and third. Hold on. I'm not remembering the engineer's second primary for some reason. Okay, I need to focus and not get caught. But the third weapon on the engineer is it's a smart rifle, which works very unusually. So if you click it just once normally, and it's like, okay, sure, whatever. It's a semi-automatic rifle, no big whoop. But if you hold it, it goes into this lock-on mode, which then lets you place like markers on any number of enemies. Or, well, not any number. You do have a limitation on how many you can place them, but you basically just hover over a bunch of enemies, place some markers, and then once you release, then it just shoots at all of them, and bullets seek out. Quite an interesting weapon. But for some reason, I'm having trouble remembering what the hell their second weapon was. I'll have to check it later. For some reason, I'm just can't think of it.
Reinforcement is on the way.
Okay, why do we have so many of these damn things? Something's spawning them. Okay, let's try and focus and get rid of whatever's spawning these, because this is gonna be really irritating if we don't. Okay. There. Right, we also got a nemesis early on for some reason. Oh, there it is. That's the thing that's spawning these annoying things. Okay, we got an electrocution on it. That'll help at least. Come on, can I get up here, please?
Flares up!
This is a really nasty starting zone. Really big, and just a lot of really nasty things. You have the Nanosite Breeder, and then you have a Nemesis, and... yeah, those two alone, it's just irritating. You combine that with the map, which is, like, really open, but then you just have a lot of holes that you can get into, and... yeah, this is not great. But now we can get rid of this thing, finally. There's still more of these. Are they still spawning, or are these just the remnants of what was... I guess they must have been remnants, because I'm not seeing any more of them. The Frester Flea. These are our optional objective this time.
Die, flee!
Kill those little bugs.
Your tin ass over here and hurry, please.
Cleansing equipment is on its
Here we
way.
got that.
I was born ready.
Okay, now I think I can finally have a proper look around and get some resources for the team.
You fuck down.
Really, what you want to do as a scout is just have, like, look around basically everywhere and just try and get to places where your teammates have trouble reaching and get whatever resources you can from there. You're not quite as good in combat as I would say literally anyone else. I think all of the other classes are much better at fighting and killing bugs in general, but the scout does have a lot of unique utility in that it can just get to places very easily. Ouch. Okay, I need some light.
Light is up.
Can I reach that? Ooh. If I aim right here. Oh no. Oh, come on! Really? That thing came at me like horizontally. That was really awful. It was bad enough that there was a spitter there, and then I also got grabbed. Yeah, not great. Oh well, I'm sure someone can rescue me.
I'm down!
Platform! Can't move! Rock box! Platform!
Oh. Having a surprisingly tough time here.
The tentacle
Oh no, I should have... oh, I should have mentioned...
Very unhealthy.
There is red sugar over here.
Nitro's been withdrawn and supply pod is inbound.
Lighting!
I'm taking some of the ammo.
Ready to kill some more crates. Lighting up! Weapon ready. Wings annoy me. I feel vitalized.
Disgustingly cute, isn't it? Sometimes I question these events. Oh well, good work, miners. Performance point bonus activated.
Light!
Well done, team. All contagion spikes eradicated. We're showing no further sign of rockpox in the cave.
That hit the spot. Where is that damn tin can? Hello and good boy. Pheromones, let them kill each other. No! Don't shoot me! Mommy! Let there be light! Horn ready! Bam! I killed the loot monk, and I'm not so proud about it. Really much better now. Lighting! I was born ready. I killed the Hexawing Niffa. I'm such a bad guy. If only Deep Rock would invest in some pesticide. Sorry, little bug. Your own fault for being full of goodies.
A swarm is heading your way. Load up.
I should call for the mule.
Swarm! I repeat, swarm!
Lock and loaded. Donkey time! Ooh. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Oh. Reloaded. Flares up!
Swarm detected. Light him up, miners.
Why are you shooting at me, you slack-jawed dimwit? Next wrong is all playing. Ow! Watch it!
Got it!
Donkey, come here!
Contact. Lock and load. Keep fighting, team. You're almost through the wave.
Stop me! Is there a bloody target painted on my back or what? Deep Rock seriously need to invest in some better equipment.
Get ready!
That will teach you!
Disgusting bug!
I'm totally loaded! I'm with you, you beardless blunderbuss!
I'm gonna kill you all!
I'm afraid of heights!
Watch and learn! All good things come to those who wait, like dual rainbows. Here, got no ammo left.
The wave is almost over. Wipe out what's left.
Where did the resupply?
Supply drop has been ordered and is on the way.
Glad to finally pass it. Felt like I was carrying a dreadnought on my back. That's all you got, you slippery shit!
Getting more ammo.
Weapon ready.
Grabbing ammo.
See you later.
Rock and stone, brother. Grabbing ammo.
Thanks. I owe you one, brother.
Ammo
Ready to
taken.
kill some more crate.
Yeah.
That felt
Some
better.
sugar. Depositing.
Born ready.
Platform created.
Lights up!
Look there. I found a gold vein.
Light is up.
Cursite grinder.
Weapon ready. Pow! Ah!
I ordered a resupply.
Supplies are on the way.
I owe you one. Resupply arrived. Go restock.
Cursite grinder.
I'm taking some of the ammo. I need it.
Getting more ammo.
Fester stopped fleeing.
Sensors I need to
Reloaded.
Cursite analyzer booting up. Volatile cursite deposits in the area are infecting the local wildlife. Get as many samples as you can from the infected beasties. We need to get to the bottom of this.
If I had a credit for every time I deposit, I would be a rich lord.
I made a platform.
What's that supposed to hurt? After this, longest shower ever. I feel like I glitter dunk in every single breath.
I want to punch the guy in R&D who programmed Molly.
Hey, watch the stray bullet! Lighting up!
Down go!
I was born ready. Light! Kill or be killed.
Wait, what is the difference? Rock, stone.
Bradley! Bradley!
Stop shooting me!
It's a mystery to me how all these gangs are being destroyed. Son of a mudblower. God, we're on the same table.
Get back. Get sandwiched.
Suck on this, you freaking
Follow
nation.
this!
Drop ahead. Booyah!
Time!
Like feeding a bottomless pit.
Nicely done, team. You secured yourself a nice bonus.
Corey,
Luck be a lady tonight!
Well done. Core infuser is active.
stone!
Come on, I need some new gear!
Getting supplies! Yeah!
Getting more ammo. Just what the doctor ordered. One platform ready to use. Take off. Molly, over here.
Bug sign! We got bug sign! Swarm incoming!
Oi, you lot! How about a nice break? Sit down, rest a bit, and maybe play some dice!
Swarm, they're here!
You're your own worst enemy! Die!
Die, monsters!
Locked and loaded!
Lighting up!
All objectives completed. Hit the button on the mule when you're ready, and we'll pick you up.
Reload.
Born ready!
Thank you, brother. You're a true.
The wave is petering out. Wipe out the rest and get on with it.
Let there be light.
I was born ready!
Your ride home is on the way. Drop pod inbound.
Depositing!
See you, suckers!
Drop pod has arrived. Retrieving the mule. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Lights up!
Reloaded! Be gone!
Let's follow the mule to the drop pod.
That all you got?
You're a stain on the floor!
Platform up.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
For rock and
Leave no
go!
proof behind.
The mule has been successfully retrieved. Make it snappy, team. The drop pod won't hang around forever. Extraction commencing. Good work.
Get it!
qualification assignment is complete. The Memorial Hall is where we honor the fallen. Feel free to walk around and pay your respects.
Darkness? Ain't not. The truth is out there. So is the gold. Yeah, I don't so much scout as make this operation possible. Sweet promotion! Here I come!
Congratulations. You've bled blood, rock, and bullets like only a few before you. You've journeyed far and wide, you've struggled and persevered, and you have now earned your promotion.
I really need a more comfy bed.
Get on board the drop pod, team. Mission is ready.
If we die, I love you, rock and roll!
Stand a better chance of survival if you stop your griping.
Get ready to rumble!
We've located a glyphid nest. The dreadnoughts go there to pupate, so your primary objective is to locate their cocoons, destroy both them and their inhabitants by any means necessary. Bring plenty of ammo. They can take a punch.
I got it!
Lock and loaded! Born ready! Bring Bunny down, Molly! Come here!
Where is that damn mule? Smooth.
I can't believe we had another cargo shuttle go down like this. Good work, miners. Performance point bonus is active.
I just put up a signal. Now, which monstrosity is hiding inside this time?
Your team is getting bigger. Dwarf inbound.
Bam!
Your workforce is about to get bigger. Dwarf inbound.
Weapon ready! I called for the mule. Dreadnought Cocoon here. I wonder what's inside this time. When I'm done working for DRG...
A secondary objective has been achieved. Bonus will be transferred to your accounts on mission completion.
Oh my beard!
One sentry gun ready to be killed. Ready to shoot.
Ow! That's all you got! Get ready! Shield!
That was
Never surrender. Shields ready again. Going blades. My core boots. Where you shooting, moron? Knock and loaded. Reloaded. Yeah, give me some sugar. I'm ready. Shield up. Shield charge.
Tripod launched. Better stand back.
I need more ammo. Stop them dead.
resupply arrived. Go resupply.
Not yet. Shield boost.
I'm out! Grabbing it! Come on! Really good spirit. I'm taking some of the ammo. Lighting!
Shield charge.
No ammo left!
Nice.
Bastard!
Can't believe how green I was when I wait for flare recharge. It burns! Whack-a-mole! I got the process. Where is that damn thing?
Thanks for saving me.
You've got shield boost.
Let's stick together.
I need the mule right here, right now.
Much better.
Yeah! Ow! Taste the pickaxe! Wally! Access provided. Zip zoom. Come here. Resupply ordered.
Supplies are on the way.
Go lie down forever. Getting more ammo.
Grabbing ammo. Get
Yeah.
away!
Yeah.
Yes. Sweet. Cryo grenade!
I was born ready.
Lighting up!
Watch your fire, you gutless mud miner.
Zippity!
Well done, team. Immediate dreadnought threat eliminated. Activate the transponder on the mule. We'll send in an extraction pod to pick you up.
Whoopsie doopsie. Could need a new canister. Getting tired of this old rust bucket. Lights up!
Deep Rock really needs
Sending in the drop pod. Starting the counter. This is it, team. Do us proud.
there be lock and stone. Lighting up!
Drop pod arrived. Mule is returning to LZ. Drop pod departing in T-minus 5 minutes.
Zipline done. Pull back the hell! Take that! That goddamn overheating! Let's get out of this.
Pickaxe and chill.
Let's
Bloody hell, you're hot to kill.
I'm your friend! Let's keep it that way.
Getting closer to our quota.
Bam!
The Mule has docked, initiating launch sequence. Drop pod departing in T-minus 4 minutes.
Next raft is on.
Take a disciplined whale piper!
Freeze. Wait. Rock and stone.
Watch it!
That's one for the books. Retrieving escape pod.
The rock and stone. The pretty sound of teamwork. Great team effort.
Assignment mission completed. You're performing well. Launch control reports foreign objects in the launch tube. It appears that something is interfering with the force field. Would you happen to know anything about it?
Oh, I must have muted myself just now. Great. Thank you, Dale, for the reminder. Right. My name is Elvis. I am the Finnish Wizard. Thank you, Mariel, for the raid. I was, in fact, just before you showed up, I was planning on stopping the stream and raiding you. But since you're now here, I'm going to instead continue playing. Sorry for the caps, it seemed urgent. Yeah, it is urgent. I'm noticing that I have some trouble with my mute button when I'm playing something where I actually use the keyboard. I seem to be pressing it by accident on occasion, or as a reflex of sorts, because it's it has been my push to talk in other things. Regardless, thanks for coming. So I'm gonna continue a little bit, and there's probably a lot of viewers who aren't familiar with the game, so I can give a bit of introduction while I go. Currently just working on some weekly challenges, and right, so Deep Rock Galactic. This is a co-op game with up to 4 players. And yeah, trying to keep up with chat. I'm not used to reading it as much as I am now. Right, a co-op game with 4 players. The basic idea is that you play as dwarves, and you are on arguably the most dangerous planet in the entire galaxy, which is filled with all manner of nasty creatures. Well, bugs, let's be real. But it's also filled with valuable minerals and materials. So as dwarves, what do? You go ahead and you dig, and you don't mind what's in there. So we're gonna go, and we're gonna kill a bunch of bugs, dig for gold and other minerals, and that's the basic idea of the game. Of course, there are various mission types. This current one is about salvaging mules, which are like these robot things, one of which we actually have with us. And yeah, in this game, there are 4 different classes. I'm currently playing as the gunner. But yeah, every class has not only different weapons, but also different traversal tools. So as a gunner, I have a zipline launcher. I'm not going to use it right now because it's a little bit limited in its uses. I'm going to show it to you later. But yeah, you have traversal tools and you have support tools. So as the gunner, you have really big weapons. The way I put it is that if it's on a vehicle, it can be a gunner weapon. He's just going to carry it. I unfortunately need to run off right away. I just wanted to drop these lovely people off here. Have fun. Thank you very much, Mariel. I appreciate it. Don't worry about it. I definitely know how you feel. Right, what was I saying? Right, about gunner weapons. So yeah, you have a big, huge autocannon with lots of ammo as a gunner, or I'm currently using that. There are 3 different primary weapons. So this is one. Lots of ammo, very efficient. And then I also have this coil gun, which is a chargeable pistol. Very accurate, very powerful. A little bit limited in ammo, a little bit slow to use, but quite nice. But yeah, so you explore caverns like this. And there are other classes as well, as you'd expect. There are 4 classes. So 4 players, 4 classes. Basically makes sense. And yeah, they all have different tools at their disposal. And it's built in a way where it encourages cooperation quite nicely. Oh, there. I just got dropped rather nastily, but luckily I am currently in a low gravity environment, which is a modifier on this mission, so I didn't take as much damage from that as I could have. But yeah, it encourages teamwork. Currently I'm alone in this mission, however this lobby is public, so someone might join at any minute. But while I'm playing alone, I have this little helper called Bosco. He's a little robot who I can command to do various things. Like if I want him to go dig minerals, or if I want him to shoot rockets or something like that. It's there to facilitate solo play if you just happen to not find any friends to play with. Which I do recommend with playing this game with friends. It's quite cheap on Steam, and it's also often on sale. So I would recommend keeping an eye out. It's on sale about every other month or so, I'd say. And when it is, it's very cheap. Even if it's not on sale, it's like 30 euros. I can highly recommend it at that price point. You can get quite a lot of playtime out of it. Currently, I am at 74 hours total. I started playing this game this year. Yeah, very fun game. And you might notice it from how the environments are structured and so on, that there is a little bit of procedural generation going on. I'm not sure if it's entirely procedural, if it's like, or if they have like certain types of environments that it combines, or how exactly it works, but there's a lot of variety to be had. Not only in terms of like the maps and the missions, but also how you customize your character, your weapons, and so on. So, for example, this weapon that I'm currently using has a few little neat tricks to it that might not be immediately obvious from you looking at it. So, for one, it has an upgrade which causes enemies to be frightened when they're hit by it, so it's really quite good at crowd control. I also have this thing called an overclock on it, which is like, it's not part of the basic upgrade tree, but it is something that can be earned during gameplay, which grant different upgrades based on the based on what overclock it is. Some come with downsides and so on. But this one is that, see, this weapon has a ramp up time on its fire rate. My overclock makes it so that it goes to max fire rate really quickly, and it also helps me move much more easily. Gunner weapons can be a little bit tricky in that they slow you down when you're firing them. But with this overclock I have on it, not a problem. I don't recall exactly which upgrades I have on this plasma pistol, but the most notable one, you can actually see it leaves a trail of energy behind when I shoot it, which also does damage to enemies, so that is quite a neat thing. Right, I should focus on actually doing this mission rather than just yapping on about the game, even though I do love doing that as well. So, I need to find some legs for these robots. I scanned this one so I can have a look around. I see some purple things lying around, and those will be legs. And I can put them on the robot and have it fixed. Okay, I already had a couple on that already, so I can just get to it. Okay, we have a player coming in. Nice.
Operational. Well done.
They'll probably be playing another class, and then I can talk a little bit about it. Okay, we got that one, and then there's another mule. Have I found a second one yet? No, I should go over there. I don't need to use that. That was more for once I need to go back that direction. It's gonna be a little faster, unless I screwed up the angle completely, in which case that zipline is just completely worthless. Let's see. Okay, it's fine. I can slide there once I need to. Exploding bugs, let's get rid of those. How long can folks join in from the start of the run? It's pretty much available for the entirety of, as long as you're playing. You can also set your games as private, of course, if you want to play either by yourself or just with friends. But I do like playing in public, and the community here is pretty friendly. I haven't had too many issues really. Occasionally you'll get the driller that wants to blow up the scout because it's a community meme for some reason, but overall I think people here are pretty nice. Mostly it's just they join, they press a voice line, and then you just go at it, and it's a nice experience. Yeah, now we have a full team. So I think to talk about who are joined, but I don't know, there's a whole bunch of people. So yeah, let's put this in here. So as I mentioned in this mission, we're trying to salvage those mule robots I mentioned, but we also have a secondary objective. I'm having a little bit of struggle because of the low gravity, getting on the right spot there. But yeah, we also have a secondary missions, which is currently to find gunk seeds, which are these things that are hanging off the roofs. Actually, those have been shot down already, I think. But yeah, they drop, and then you bring them to whatever loot collector you're using. Always nice to hear about a good and supported community. It's kind of like the FinTubers, always trying to give a hand if possible. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about giving a hand Often, yes, actually. Now I think about it, I've had some experience, or you get some experienced player who just sticks around because they like playing with you, or maybe they want to help you or whatever. You might give some advice. Typically, it's just a really casual environment. People don't say much. People just kind of play the game. Don't worry about it. I'd say that's a consequence of it being a co-op game. I think most of the toxicity you hear about online is to do with PvP, because that's what gets people on edge. But you got a co-op game like this, and yeah, it's probably gonna have at least a decent community, right? Unless it has some other mechanic which doesn't quite facilitate that. Like, an example I could think of is maybe, this is more what I've heard rather than what I've played, but World of Warcraft has Mythic Plus, which has some mechanics that, even though it's basically a co-op experience, it can turn a little aggressive, because you can lose progress and lose keys and whatever it is, and people can get pretty toxic there, I hear. But in just a basic co-op game like this, I think it's generally people are going to be pretty nice, or they're just going to be quiet, which is probably the majority of people. I think that works. Especially if you're just playing on a really average difficulty. I'm currently playing on like the middle difficulty, which is like 3 out of 5. I think it's a nice midpoint, not only literally, and it's the middle difficulty, but also offers this balanced experience where you do have to take care of yourself, and you're probably gonna fail some missions, but overall, like, you can pretty casually. A good experience.
Weapon ready.
Yeah, here's another thing zip lines can be used for. If you're carrying something heavy, you can just get on the zip line and just transfer it that way. It can help if you're trying to get, if you need to get somewhere higher or whatever. Yeah, other classes. I should probably talk about those, since we have some people here now. You can see on the left there, Ian Chin, a person with the yellow border there, is playing a driller. What the driller has is, well, as the name implies, their traversal tool is the drill. Like, while pretty much anyone can like dig holes, like so, usually this is very slow. Though currently this terrain is really easy to dig in, so it's not as much of a deal. And you can also dig like, what, 1 block at a time. But the driller can just create massive tunnels in basically an instant, so they have a lot of utility, they have a lot of creativity they can use with that. You also have these satchel charges that they can set, which can be used either to, you know, just kill enemies, or they can be used to quickly mine stuff, or mine stuff that is in a difficult place to reach. And then basically an instant. And their weapons are also quite different from the other. Well, everyone has quite different weapons. That's not what I was meaning to say. But their primary weapons are basically all war crimes, I would say. One of them is a flamethrower. One of them is a cryo cannon that freezes enemies. And one of them basically just throws toxic waste from the toilet at enemies, which is probably my favorite driller weapon. So that's the driller. The second person you see there, Naos, with the blue border, that means a scout. A scout is a high mobility class, which their traversal tool is a grappling hook. Basically, you see something within, what is it, 25 or so meters, you click at it and you get grappled to it. They can pretty much get anywhere they want. And their utility item is a flare gun, which means that while every single dwarf can throw these basic hand flares, they don't last for very long. They also don't light up a particularly large area. Like, it's decent. But the flare gun, that lasts much longer, and it can light up a much bigger area. So scouts can be pretty helpful at lighting up places so people can actually see. And they can also get places others can't. Which comes with a lot of big utility when you see, like, is there a good example here? Especially when there's like resources high up or difficult to reach places, and having a scout is just nice for that. They are, I would say, a little bit weaker in like just combating bugs, but they do compensate for that by being able to get to difficult to reach enemies, if there happen to be any priority targets, they're pretty good at getting to them and killing them. And then you have the engineer. Lord Bluher here is playing that. That's the red border, I mean, is the engineer. What are we doing? Okay, the drop pod's there. We still need to find some mules. Okay. I'm again focusing on talking rather than playing the objective, but I think we'll be okay. Right, engineer. Engineer's tools, traversal tool, what they have is a platform gun. So they have this gun, which, well, they equip it, they shoot at something, and then what they hit with their globby little thing is going to turn into a platform. Oh, you can go through here. There's something worthwhile here? Seems like someone came from here. But yeah, engineers can set up walking spots on where they are, and they need, like, if there's something close to the roof, maybe the scout would love to reach, but there's no footing. You know, the engineer can just shoot something there. They can also set up turrets, which are, as most equipment in this game, is upgradable. So you can either have like multiple turrets, or faster building turrets, or high-range turrets. They're quite customizable and very useful. They have also even have their own ammo. Engineers are pretty cool, and they have some rather unique weapons. Smart rifle was the example I typically like to bring up. Is their third primary weapon, which is normally, if you just click it semi-automatically and use it, it's just going to be a normal rifle. But if you hold the firing button, it goes into a lock-on mode. I see something over there. Someone left something lying there. Let's go have a look. But yeah, smart rifle, you can lock on, and then, yeah, it's going to put a bunch of markers on enemies, and then once you release it, yeah, it's just going to automatically shoot at everything. Quite a cool weapon. He also had another interesting weapon, the second primary. I wish I remembered what it was. I'm sure I think it was something cool, but for some reason I just cannot remember what it was. But yeah, they have some interesting, rather smart weapons, I would put it. And yeah, build platforms, make turrets, and so on. Everyone has kind of their own thing. Like, anyone can function in almost any environment, but usually you want those specific tools, and then someone can provide them. And yeah, as you may have seen earlier, if you're playing alone, then you'll have a little helper that will help you deal with any possible difficult situations.
Where do all these minerals go?
So you won't be stuck even if you are playing alone. Finally, some bugs. It's been so quiet. It's like almost nothing has happened during this mission. Right, we still need to find all these mules. Where are they? Okay, I can see one thing that's green up there. So yeah, this is the terrain scanner. It can kind of help you find objectives and whatever you may be looking for, or sometimes like where you need to dig to find the next room, because sometimes you do need to dig through like these sandy spots so you can reach other places, and you might want to check where you're going, or maybe you've seen an objective somewhere, or you can try to scan where it was or where you left it, or all that kind of thing. Okay, I see a purple thing over there, up there. Is it? Oh, I think I saw it. Can I reach it from here? Is it that? I think it's like right there. That's one of where one of the robots is, I think. Are you here? Oh yeah, I think I was here earlier. So we got legs here. Wait, where's the? Is just legs? Where's the robot? Surely there's one nearby, right? Oh, I'm also out of zipline ammo, so if I want to get there, I'm gonna Probably have to use that platform. That's fine. Oh, hold on. Is there something up here? But yeah, these are actually the engineer platforms I mentioned earlier. They were left behind by the engineer player earlier. So yeah, they can leave routes for other players to follow. Is the robot like here? Or something? Wow, this is a surprisingly complex map. Someone's even asking chat, where the fuck? Good question. Usually these aren't that hard to find. Let's go have a look. This tunnel does seem to lead somewhere at least. Oh, hold on. Oh, I think I see... Yeah, that yellow thing. How on earth do I get to that? Pretty far away. That's probably one of the robots. Now if I were a driller, I could just, like, go quite easily through here, but... honestly, I can do it. In this terrain, I can even do this as a gunner. Because normally it would take more pick hits to get through this, but... since this terrain is very soft, you can kind of easily dig. And we can go ahead and reach that robot.
There's a mini mule here.
This would have been a lot easier if I hadn't gone past this earlier.
I need a
This is
damn
kind of my bad.
caught on legs. Where is it?
Of course, I was too distracted with introducing you all to this lovely game. Scan for missing legs.
Coordinates
Right,
downloaded
it's like
to
right here.
scanner.
Yeah, you can currently see that at the moment there is a low gravity modifier going on. That's not the only modifier. It's a bunch more, as I'm sure you can expect. This one is like a pretty neutral one. It comes with some upsides, some downsides. So it's marked as yellow. Sometimes it'll be red, which basically means just that, yeah, the enemies are gonna be modified in some way. Could be maybe there's more of a particular enemy type, or maybe they're just straight up more dangerous. Or there are elite enemies, or those are all kinds of different things that can happen. For the yellow modifiers, low gravity is one pretty common one, and there's what is it called? It's like a rich atmosphere or something. Basically, the idea is, yeah, there's more oxygen, so everyone's moving faster, which is quite entertaining. I enjoy that. Yep, there we go.
Reloading.
Go ahead and load this. Ah. The lone glyphid warden. You don't see many of these. They don't really do anything unless they're supporting other enemies. They protect their allies from damage.
You shouldn't need precious minerals. It will get you killed.
Yeah, I think we got that one now. Now I'm wondering, did I leave one even further behind somewhere? No, this is actually where I entered, so it's not even possible.
Supplies are on the way.
Okay, we've got to find one more. So I mentioned that this cave is pretty complex. That is a, there is, when you're picking a mission, there is this thing called cave complexity, which, like, if you're doing that, oh no, I might be dead. I just stepped into that wind. Don't. Oh, wait, I'm fine. Luckily, I landed so high that I didn't take much fall damage at all. But yeah, cave complexity is a thing. Cave length is as well. So you can see, like, once you're going into one of these things that, oh, this is the complexity 3, length 3. Maybe I don't want to go into this cave when I have 15 minutes to play or whatever. 15 minutes is might be too little for even some simple caves, so you get the point. Right, let's do a bit of scanning, see if we can find the last one.
Lock.
So yeah,
and
this makes like a
loaded.
3D environment, as you can see, and then different things are marked as different color things. So blue, yellow, red, there are all players. I'm not seeing another robot right now. Gotta say, that's actually a pretty neat map. Yeah, it's, especially once you get used to it, it's very helpful. Because it even has this feature I used earlier, I just didn't mention it, which is like, once you're scanning, and say, let's say, okay, I need to get to that green thing. Okay, I'm gonna press space, and now I'm facing that green thing. And it'll help you really orient. Particularly useful in missions, like there's this mission type where you have to make fuel lines. And you might not always be obvious, like, okay, which direction do I need to first to find this oil well, and then, okay, how do I get back to my base with the fuel line? And then you can just kind of use this to orient yourself, and it's like, okay, I need to go that way. Very neat little function, and pretty much necessary. This game wouldn't work without it. Sometimes you would just get completely lost if you didn't have that. But we are currently struggling to find the last mule. Let's go back this way. Maybe I can find something. Just to go this way and have another scan, maybe we can find where on Earth this thing is hiding. If you can angle things a little bit, you might be able to find in something. Be a little bit weird sometimes. Has anyone been here? Oh, actually no. This seems pretty unexplored. I think this might be where it is.
Got no flares ready.
No, someone's dug here definitely, but this looks pretty promising, I gotta say. No, wait. Oh, I'm being dumb. This is just the starting room. Yeah, I was just saying how neat the map is. Yeah, that still doesn't prevent you from getting kind of lost, because it is not. It's a good map. It's just not terribly easy to read. Not always, at least. Is that just a leg up there? I think it is. You should just make sure it's nothing more. Yeah, it is just a leg. Don't need to worry about that. Wait, is there... Oh, right, I dug through there earlier. I was wondering, why is there a hole there? I made it. Has no one found the last robot? Seriously? Have another look.
I was born ready.
Not seeing it. Should be one of those, rather light colors. It would be pretty distinct, but I'm just not finding it. Let's go ahead and head up here. And try to scan from over there. Feels like we're kind of getting an unusual generation. That's why this is taking longer than usual, but I don't mind. Alright, we were here earlier with the engineer. And there was this bundle of legs here. Wait. The beeping, it's not... Is it... Okay, I guess the beeping is just the drop pod, but... This bundle of legs makes me think that it should be close. And yet... I don't see a damn thing around here. Weird. Someone even left. This is taking so long. I think, yeah, missions like this can be a little frustrating, but I also think they're really interesting. You really get to explore a lot and have a look around. Possible it's up there. I mean, I was there once already, and they didn't really find anything. Maybe getting higher would give me a better scan point. I think it has to be somewhere nearby, because these legs wouldn't be here if that robot wasn't close. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the low gravity, because it makes platforming hard. Well, I mean, you could jump a lot longer. It's just, you don't really get used to being able to jump so high, and then it just feels weird. If I scan here, do I find anything? Can you not? I'm gonna tell them to...
Eat it!
Heads up, new miner arriving.
Rocket! good feeling about this fire.
Stand your
ground. Get no closer. Let the water down.
You snooze, you lose.
Look! Over here by the marker board.
Coordinates transferred.
mule
Gotta
here.
check my terrain scanner.
I did manage to mute myself again. Oh dear. That is so... And I need to move that button. I already disabled it once for a game night, but then I enabled it again for other games, and now it's back on, and yeah. I need a different solution because I keep pressing it without thinking. Thank you for letting me know. But yeah, I've never seen a mule in a position like this, and I don't think I will ever see it again. A tap mute on, yeah, that's probably something I should use. I mean, I have one on the microphone too. Yeah, I could use that. I think it's also possible to set that up on OBS as well, but it didn't work last time I tried it out. Yeah, this has turned out to be quite the unique mission.
This'll keep you safe, mate.
Generally what I use is lets me see if the mic is on mute or not, thanks to the light.
Well done.
I mean, I also have a way of seeing that. It's just I'm not paying attention to it, even when I do use like the hotkey mute.
Orders here. Everybody collect ammunition.
Yeah, it doesn't help if it shows if you're not paying attention to it, right? Okay, now we can finish this. Let me pick up some ammo. And
Heading back. Follow them and let's get
right,
that
uplink to
drop pod
mission
fixed.
control. I
Remember,
think that's
you can
done right
always
here.
deposit on the side of the drop pod.
Or am I remembering this wrong?
All mules secure.
Oh, there we go.
How to get the pod
It
working.
wasn't. It just wasn't active yet.
Establishing a proper connection
Scuff is
to
part
the
of every
pod
stream
and
experience. Just
spaceway.
means less
Set up
scuff.
the uplink.
Yeah, true.
Uplink ready. Triangulation initiated. Do not leave the triangulation zone.
Yeah, I could have definitely avoided this though, because I've had the same problem before, but then I sort of kind of fixed it, but then I went back to the same setup, so then I've been muting myself again.
History.
But yeah, I think it's just a weird muscle memory thing, where because I've used the same button for mic unmute, or mute unmute, that I have used in the past for just push to talk. And so when I think, oh, I'm speaking to my microphone, I better press my push to talk, I think there's something going on there, and I'm not even like realizing it.
It lingers.
Vaporize it.
Triangulation at 75%. Almost there. Uplink triangulation completed.
I wish there were more enemies, but we're just doing
Standby.
pretty
Sticking
well.
fresh fuel cells.
Also, we have an engineer with 2 turrets, so that's gonna make any point defense like this just a lot more trivial. Because this is like the less ammo efficient solution, but it just does a lot of damage, so it works.
Are you blind? Look over here.
It does especially well with like little grunts and so on. You have an engineer with turrets, you basically don't even have to worry about those anymore.
Dragging out the charge cable.
Marker up.
Charge cable. Okay, do we have an? Where's the? Is there another one, or is it just this one? I forget.
Lock and load it.
Fuel cells connected to drop pod. Prepare the fuel cells for charge sequence.
Yeah, I guess it's just. Yeah. sometimes it's gonna drop these things a little bit further, and you actually have to think about where you draw the cable. But this one just came like right next to the pod.
Stay close to keep them operational. We're expecting an increase in hostiles.
Lighting up!
Kill it before somebody gets hurt! Suck on this, you freak of nature!
Dwarf tactics: hit it with a hammer till it works. True. And there is even if you want to use that strategy to fight bugs, that is also doable. Though it's technically in that case it's not a hammer, but there's a driller build where the basic idea is that you use a cryo cannon to freeze enemies and then you drill them to kill them. It is quite a fun thing. Not my favorite build, but it is the favorite of a lot of people, and it definitely works really well. Flash freeze, deep drill. Indeed, indeed.
Fuel cells at 75%. You're almost there.
Oh, shoulder damage!
Incendiary grenade!
Yeah, as you can see, Gunner, if you like big guns with lots of ammo, yeah, this is your dwarf. And I do very much like those weapons. I don't think this still probably isn't my favorite class. I think that probably goes to the driller, but I definitely do like this guy's weapons the most. On driller, I'm just a huge fan of, like, well, the drill. Like, it's very it allows for a lot of creativity, and it's probably the most flexible of all the traversal tools, and can also help your team. Unlike, say, the scout, which is like also another incredible traversal tool, but the grappling hook can also only help yourself. I'm running out of ammo again. Oh well, it's not gonna take too long. And we have enough nitro for another supply drop if we really need it. But we're almost done here. Yeah. Ah, got him. Nice damage. Now, this is a rather different secondary from the other gunner ones, which is all of them are pistols of some sort. One of them is a, well, I guess one of them is a revolver, then there's a burst fire pistol, and then you have this thing, which is like a pistol railgun. Is the best way I can describe it, which is you charge it, it goes pretty much directly where you point it, very accurate, very powerful, but also very slow, and doesn't have as much ammo as you might like. But it's definitely a pretty cool weapon. I also even have an upgrade on it where it leaves this trail behind, which seems to be doing some work as well. And it also seems to go through terrain, which is something I haven't seen other weapons do. You know what? I could actually show the flash freeze and deep drill. Maybe I'll do that as a last game. I think that sounds good. Since I mentioned the build, I might as well show how it works. The basic idea, at least. Do that for the next mission, and we'll have that be the end of it. That's some heavy armor on your dwarf. Oh yeah.
Wait, my bad.
Yeah, the gunner has very heavy armor, and also the helmet is from one of the content packs. It's called Dark Future. I think this was like from an event at some point, but once an event is over, then they put it as a cosmetic DLC. They're pretty cheap, but I like the look of this one, so I just put this on it. But yeah, the rest of it is just a gunner suit. Gunners have big armor. Right, let's switch over to driller.
Let me handle the digging.
Also has some pretty heavy gear, as you'll notice. But yeah, I need to switch the weapon first things first. So yeah, this is the corrosive sludge pump. This is what I usually use. You basically fire blobs of toxic waste at enemies, and you can also leave it as puddles, which damage and slow them. But for this build, you need to use the cryo cannon. So let's see here. Against its frozen targets will spontaneously shatter. That's not what we want. Let me see. So we want this thing. Do I need to change anything about this thing? I don't think there's much I need to do here. Yeah, the cryo cannon is pretty much okay as it is, but what I do need to change is the power drill build, because I have a build that is more intended for just digging, because typically you don't use this to deal damage. It's more so a freeze build thing that you use this more for damage, so we switched it over to that. Yeah, faster cooling is good. Yeah, don't need that. That one's fine. More fuel. Drills cool when drilling enemies. That seems unnecessary. Okay, so this is it. We just needed more damage on frozen enemies. This one is pretty good, actually, except we're going to change one thing. Since we're going to be freezing enemies, we're going to change our Colette wave cooker. Can you see that? Can you see the war criminal in this guy? Like, look at all these weapons. Like, you shoot fire, you shoot ice, you shoot toxic waste, you microwave them, you shoot plasma. Like, driller. Wow, it's definitely some pretty spooky weapons. So anyway, I wanted to change here. Right, cause quick shifts in temperatures of burning or freezing targets with a chance of triggering temperature shock. So yeah, once if we shoot frozen enemies with this thing, it's gonna do the it's gonna do exothermic reactor. It's can trigger temperature shock that then blows up things, and yeah, that's gonna be real nice. Let's go ahead and pick the next assignment missions for Quarks. That's pretty good. Yeah, don't mind doing that.
Drop pod is cleared. Warm up. Time to get to work, team.
Yeah, I can show this now. I already mentioned a little bit what drillers have available, but it's better to have a demonstration, I think. And here we are. Oh, this is a complex cave, isn't it? It's good though, actually. I quite like that since I'm playing driller.
Our scanners have picked up a massive deposit of Akiara. We're sending you in alongside a heavily armed lifter to get as many out as possible.
Yep, there you saw.
Biosigns in the area.
Freeze them and then you drill them.
Quarks can be extracted from the walls. Search
Very
for
effective.
shimmering light. Get it done, team.
Gotta say, I love games that mix fantasy and sci-fi. Dwarves in space. Not so much like... It's pretty much just the dwarf thing. I haven't seen much other fantasy thing. Besides that, it's mostly pretty pure sci-fi. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty fun theme. It goes really well with the, you know, you go deep into a rock to dig for minerals thing. It's basically a perfect fit for that. Alrighty. So, this is a point extraction, and we need to find Aquarks, which means that in this mission we are gonna be looking for blue sparkly bits. And gonna be digging for them. Oh, there we go. There you see one of them. Well, let's go ahead and dig up some nitro first, because we have it here.
We didn't bring a mule. I'm totally loaded. Was
I'm
stupid.
gonna offload these first, and then gonna go dig for the Aquark.
Wonder
So yeah,
what
some
slot
minerals or
setting in the
resources
game
are
tonight.
really obviously on display, like nitra, gold, whatever. Nitra is used during the mission to summon supplies. If you need more ammo, then nitra is what you need. You always want to be digging up. But some are slightly less obvious. So you'll see like sparkly bits around some piece of terrain, and then as you start digging, you'll find it. In this case, this is actually just required for the mission. But in other cases, you might find a chunk of gold, or you might find like a piece of jade or something like that. If you keep an eye out on your environment, you might find some extra stuff, like so. But yeah, in this case, we need to find 7 of those chunks that I just put over there. Yeah, this is actually gonna be a decent chance to show off what the driller can do. Not so much in going down here, as I'm pretty much just gonna jump here. But now that I am down here, well, first I'm gonna kill these obviously, because otherwise that's gonna be really annoying. But okay, let's face the right direction. Now just angle this nicely, and soon we will have a tunnel.
Deep Rock really need to provide some better equipment.
I overheated by accident. Oops. Yeah. No one else can dig a tunnel that easily. Even though anyone could technically dig it, it would take you like several minutes, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you could dig a small hole through there, sure, but Driller just has such a convenience
The
on
old
doing it.
lady is resting her legs at the space rig. Wish I was too.
Unlike other games in this genre, like, you know, the kind of horde gameplay, whatever you want to call it, Vermintide 2, Dark Tide, whatever game you're playing, or Killing Floor, or... Actually, I don't know about Killing Floor, but unlike the Fat Shark games, which I mentioned earlier, it's... melee is not quite as good in this game. Like, you can use the pick. You also have this, like, power attack with a cooldown that you can use in a pinch, or if something just happens to get closer to you. But yeah, not as much
Incoming.
focus on melee in this game. Definitely shooter first. Though the build I'm playing is a bit of an exception to that, I would suppose, because you can actually use the drill as a pseudo melee weapon. Which also, if I recall correctly, do I have... Yeah, there is a trait that you can equip that gives you health when you do melee kills, which the build counts as, so that's one thing that makes this build actually really effective. Which is that you can get, when you freeze something and you kill it that way, you actually get back health. I think I have it equipped. I'm not entirely sure, but I think I do. Okay. Oh, we have even more stuff here. I should remember that I can also use the wave cooker to do an AoE thing when I have frozen enemies. Just not used to that part of using this build. Alright, what was I looking for? Is there any more Okay, I'm not seeing any sparkly bits down here, so looks like I need to go elsewhere. Is there anywhere I can dig? Oh, hold on. Like a tunnel here. Alright, okay, now we found something. Let's go ahead and get that first.
Inventory.
Oh, right, I still haven't uploaded my Nitra. I go here, I can pick that up. And then... Oh, I think there are actually two here.
Mine it.
Yeah, in this case, it's actually easier for me to just have Bosco dig this, because I could try and do some kind of setup like, okay, 45 degrees from here and then dig to there, but much easier to just have the helper robot do it here. You can see he's very good at digging in places that are hard for players. Oh, it was actually just one of these, okay. Fine. And now we just get this pack to the point. Which is right here. I see the next one already. Okay. And I can also empty my inventory now. I should deal with that bunny. So he's not bouncing around no more. Hello. Can't hear it anymore because of the blizzard. Oh, here now. I think it was like this way. There. Oh, you went down. Oh, it just unfreezes basically instantly. Okay. Not the best weapon for dealing with this. Not unless you have a helper, of course. In which case, then you just keep it frozen. Ah. Okay. Just leave it be for now. It'll be easier at some point. Alright, I was supposed to go dig up that one over... Yeah, that one. That's what it was. Was that a chocolate Easter bunny? Not chocolate, but it is definitely an Easter bunny. It's part of an event that's going on currently. It started around Easter. It's like a spring event. You can get additional rewards by shooting that thing down and then storing it in your either your mule or your point storage. As you can see, it is a spring-loaded bunny. Yeah, this game has often has various events. That's just like a tiny little events, but there are also seasons. This game is currently in season 3, which is called Plaguefall, which means that, well, the people who rate it haven't seen this, but there are, in a lot of maps, there are going to be these lithophage enemies. It's basically like a disease that turns things into rocky things and takes them over. Some sort of parasite. So you deal with that kind of threat, and then you get some seasonal rewards for it. It's quite interesting. Lantu. Hey there. Hivia kives eiku. A good time of day.
It's a big one, team.
Right. What was I up to?
Help me mine this.
Let's have Bosco dig that up while I deal with these. Yeah, Lantu here is, if I'm not mistaken, quite a bit more experienced at this game than I am. Even though I have like what, 70 hours or something. But I do recall I checked at some point because it is on my friend list at the moment. Kinda loosely said, yeah. Yeah, I forget how much you'd played this game, but it was a considerable amount. Freeze, freeze, freeze. Oh, didn't stay frozen very long. Okay.
Things about to blow up.
You kind of die. Wow. That is a lot of enemies. All of my classes are at gold 2 minimum. I'm not sure how many promotions that is, but it's a lot. I haven't seen many of those. Okay, I really need some ammo. Some resupply.
Roger that. Supplies are coming.
Still suck at doing builds and know nothing. I mean, I'm okay at building. I would say, like, I kind of get it because I played a bunch of games where you do builds, and this game is not terribly complicated when it comes to that.
Need more ammo.
Okay, let's get some ammo.
Getting supplies. Ready to kill some more.
Need to look
critters.
the other button there.
Oh yeah. Getting more ammo.
Yeah, I only got my like I promoted each class once now. That's my experience level with the game. Okay, I need to go ahead and take this over to where the hell? Kindly stop.
Gotta watch that overheat.
Where to go? There you are. Not the ideal weapons for dealing with this right now, because I can't freeze it from this distance.
You're
Oh well,
fast,
the wave
bud,
cooker's fine.
But I'm faster.
Okay,
Pick
let's
it up, drone.
have that pick it up. And then we can go back to... Oh yeah, I can just go ahead and dig through here, and that'll be a nice little route. I just have a few that I use and switch between. Yeah, it's not like there's a massive amount of different builds. Things open up a little bit once you get more overclocks, but overall there's like, let's say like 2 main ways to maybe use most weapons, but maybe not even that. Sometimes there's just one clear winner. I used to play this on stream weekly and play with my community, but recently made a choice not to stream DRG because I keep having issues with it. PC is old. Oh yeah, okay. I actually had a little bit of issues earlier today, but I think that was because I'm streaming at the same time. And yeah, it was some particle effect issues with the lithophage contagion spikes. Yeah, it started chugging a little bit, but once I turned the effects down, it kind of seemed to work fine. So that's what I went with.
We picked up a glimpse of
Have you considered upgrading?
It's approaching you quickly.
I've been actually looking a lot recently at like what I could do to make my machine better. Like, this is currently totally fine for most things I play. I could really even run Resident Evil 4 at reasonable FPS. Lower settings though, but I was not expecting Glyphic Dreadnought here, gotta say. I kept using 100%. 100% of what? Your CPU? Oh, I think I feel like I remember you mentioning this. Yeah, CPU. Could be a cooling thing. Did you check temperatures by any chance? Because I recently had some issues with my previous CPU, not this one. And it turned out that basically all the thermal paste that had just gone over time, and it was overheating because of that, and it got throttled. It's not, okay. Then it's not that. Could just be that it's all, yeah, that is certainly a possibility. And since there are physics in this game, quite a bit of it, I imagine this is probably a little bit more CPU heavy than it is GPU, because overall the graphics are super simple. So I would not expect that to be a problem. What is your CPU, if I may ask?
Swarm! I repeat, swarm!
Not exactly an expert, but I feel like I know a few things. Tried everything I can for now. Yeah, sometimes it might just be that. I did have to upgrade my CPU last year as well. It had served me faithfully, but at the point I upgraded my, what was it? Intel i7 4790K. The point I upgraded it, it was like, what, 7 generations old? No, it wasn't 7 even. It was 8 generations old at that point. So, yeah. Once I did that, suddenly things were running a lot more smoothly. I've been forced to change my GPU earlier, so I am considering changing it up again, because at that point it was only supposed to be a temporary solution. Currently I have a 1660 Super, which is pretty old, but honestly, if you're turning down settings, it can run even current games pretty decently. GeForce GTX 1070, yeah, I think that's around the same level as what I have currently, I think. I would have to go check the benchmarks and whatever, but similarly old, I would say. Built this in 2016, I was an older one even then. Oh yeah. This computer has been seeing a lot of changes over time. Because when I built this, it was it's like a ship of Theseus thing. Like, I would say the only thing I still have left of this was originally built is the case and the hard drives and the SSD. Like, those are the only things remaining from when this was originally built, which was in 2015, was it? It was, yeah, I think it was 2015. That's when The Witcher came out. Witcher 3. You have the GTX 1070 Ti. Yeah, that's a pretty good generation, the GTX 10 series. So it's served for a long time. Okay, now let's go get some more artwork since it's quiet again. I need more ammo. Where did I leave the... There it is. There's the resupply. Not super knowledgeable on OC parts. If it's something I can do with programs, etc., I can deal with it. Second is about parts, I'm just lost. Yeah, it's understandable. Definitely understandable. As long as my PC runs. True enough. I think you can, like, there's a lot you can do in modern gaming. Like, it's not quite as expensive as it may have once been, because there's a lot of games that run on lower end hardware. A lot of, and even like more demanding games usually have a lot of scalability. Like Resident Evil 4, for example. Like, my GPU is very old, honestly, and it can run it just fine at low-ish settings, and it looks good. It's just a matter of like what your goals are. No issues with games usually, yeah. Probably. Is it just Deep Rock that you're having this CPU problem with? Just takes too much. I haven't checked what the CPU requirement is. Maybe it is game specific then, huh? Not sure what they recommend, but it does feel like it's a somewhat more CPU heavy game, particularly because there's a lot of physics. I should focus on doing the objective so I can get out of here sometime this day. It's weird that no one's joined. Usually by now there would be at least one person. The only other game my PC could not run was Detroit Become Human. That was an experience. Ah, there's a game I haven't played. I've watched that game, though. It's one of those games, it's like, I watched a Let's Play and I was like, okay, well now why would I buy this game? Yeah. Oh, no. I'm at a tipping point where I have to upgrade again. The 1070 Ti is struggling with modern games, and the i7 9700K was the last of its generation. Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough. Is the i7-9700, is that like is your motherboard support? Yeah, you said last of this generation, so it's gonna be, yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade everything, aren't you? It's gonna be a pain. I'm lucky enough to where I have a pretty fresh motherboard and CPU. I upgraded them last year, so they support like Intel 12 and 13th gen. So I'm in a pretty good position there.
Contact. Lock and load.
What I've been planning on upgrading is actually the GPU. And it's not necessarily because it's not running the game I'm currently playing, but also because I want to have a better experience both for the stream and for myself. I can turn up the graphics a little bit, have a more consistent frame rate, and honestly just to like, you know, looking towards the future, because at some point this will be just obsolete. It was the last of the Coffee Mate architecture processors of the LGA 1151 chipset. Okay. Yeah, I've been actually looking at mostly AMD GPUs, because I'm coming to the conclusion that NVIDIA at the moment, like their last generation was obviously really good, but the current one, they're all incredibly expensive and seems like they're gonna age poorly because of the normally I wouldn't be so worried about VRAM, but then you look at a lot of the games that have been released this year specifically, and they're kind of running into it, especially on higher settings, which is like, if you want it to last into the future, you probably want more than 8 gigabytes. Of course, some of them do have more than that, but like, you know. I'm kind of waiting on seeing what AMD does with the 7000 series, because they've only come up with the flagship for it so far, which is really expensive. Though obviously it's really good, like, not disputing that, but I want to see like 7800, 7700, see where those land. Maybe get that, because their equipment has been catching up to NVIDIA. Like there are some things they are not as good at, obviously, but price to performance from just standard rasterization seems really good. Planning on switching to AMD side next time I rebuild. Nice, okay. Yeah, I don't have an AMD like motherboard and CPU. I do have Intel for that, because when I was upgrading it seemed like the best choice at the time, because they were actually starting to do pretty well again. The only thing that's really lagging behind is the dedicated ray tracing core that NVIDIA uses. Yep, that's pretty much it. But I value FPS way more than I value ray tracing, which, yeah, it's very difficult to have both of those at the moment. Hence the Switch. There was another thing I was thinking about that was also not as good. I'm forgetting what it was supposed to be. It was probably nothing. I mean, I guess NVIDIA software is a little bit better, but you do have some options there. DLSS isn't the thing on AMD, but it looks like FSR is becoming more common, so it's like not really always a card thing. Sometimes the tech is just available. Okay, let's focus and get more artworks. I'm really bad at playing objective when I'm talking about things. I enjoy rambling, it's just I'm not actually playing the game, I'm just kind of walking around. Okay, I need to go there, I think. Okay, can you give me D? Mostly not want to build a top-of-the-line rig anyway. A budget, a good rig from what's available at the time, usually lasts me a few years. Oh yeah. I mean, my previous rig, before I upgraded anything about it, lasted me a really long time. I did it in like 2015. When I made it, it was like one step away from top of the line, I would say. Because at that point I had a good amount of disposable income. I was like, okay, I want this to last as long as possible, and it did. Eventually I did have to switch. The GPU just kind of died on me a couple years ago, and then I had to... That's when I had to upgrade that. And last year I was realizing that the CPU wasn't doing the trick anymore. That's when I had to switch motherboard and kind of everything else. But didn't have to change all at once. That was nice.
Go fetch.
And let's have that go there. Always a little sad when you finally have to give up on your old PC. True enough, true enough. I mean, it's still sort of the same PC, or at least it feels like it's the same PC since I never switched the case. So, it feels like it's the same PC, but if you look inside, it's like, yeah, basically everything here is different.
Stand your ground. Give no quarter.
When it was built in 2019, I think I can still get a couple years out of it if I upgrade the GPU and memory. Yeah, I think so, probably. Can't really speak for the CPU. Like, I'm not sure where the performance for the one you mentioned is exactly. Probably gonna be fine for a little bit at least, unless you're playing some crazy CPU games at first, but maybe you don't. Mostly never runs at 100%, yeah, so that makes sense there. Yeah, I just started realizing that CPU was becoming a bottleneck because I was like, I can switch my graphics settings all I want and nothing changes, and I was like, oh, you're right, this is a CPU thing, isn't it? His choke is GPU usage right now with RAM coming in second. I mean, yeah, GPU isn't reaching full usage because your CPU is, yeah, so, like, yeah. This same thing I was talking about. Just can't be used properly because the CPU can't keep up. Oh wait, no, GPU usage. Oh, sorry, I got that backward. Never mind. There's confusing. If there's another situation. Yeah, if GPU is reaching 100, then yeah, it's gonna be the bottleneck.
Think you could kill me? Well, think again. Go fetch. Damn kitchen appliance.
Yeah, in this case, the GPU is running out of steam. And the 1070 Ti. I think I read wrong at some point that you had a 1080 Ti or something. I think you mentioned like during the stream.
Down it goes.
Something like that, and I read it wrong, and I thought you had a better GPU than mine, but I think your 1070 Ti. I'm not sure where that lands compared to 1660 Super. I don't recall. Probably pretty close. That's the one I have. It's basically kind of a budget GPU. I had to pick it up as a replacement, but it's serving me pretty well. Okay, now this is getting a bit much. I really need some ammo. Okay, let's get this thing. Dump it. Come on. Okay. Let's get back up there because I left one over here. Still not bad, somewhere between the 1660 and 2070 wise. Or wise, I believe. Yeah, probably. Something like that. I think I'm getting a lot out of my CPU because it's a lot more modern. So it's like if I'm running CPU heavy games, I'm not having any problems. Oh no, I'm just gonna die, aren't I?
Get to cover. Here, have some extinction.
Do I have any more ammo in this thing? Nope. Okay. So what I need is nitra. And I also need some health. Come on. Keep climb up. Right, how did I get up there? I was through here. Right. Quick Google places it around the 2060 level. Right, yeah, it's a TI, so yeah, it does last pretty well. Can you pick that up? Oh, health. Great, great, great. I think I'm just gonna finish this mission real quick, and rather than worry about the secondary objective. I don't like collecting fossils, frankly. Okay, here we go. Still probably am gonna need some ammo. That goes there. Then, where do I get the last one? I think there was probably one more here. But yeah, for computer upgrades, for now I'm just waiting. Because the offerings, especially on the GPU side, don't seem particularly great, especially for the price. So I'm waiting to see what happens specifically with AMD's latest generation, which should be coming out this year. Or will be coming out this year, the mid-range and the budget models. I want to see what they do. There's a whole bunch of things that need to be considered. Anything here? All right, let's go through. It goes here. Oh, okay. This is useless. So you gotta sacrifice PC quality for quality of life. Yeah, true. Though the GPU prices aren't as bad as they were like during the crypto boom, which was, yeah, the prices just absolutely exploded, but they're still inflated because the GPU manufacturers kind of just realized, oh yeah, we can actually just sell these at price and just make all our profits off of margins rather than volume, which is just really awful for the consumer. It's been dialing back somewhat, but still pretty bad. Where can I find more nitro? Or something. I'm out of ammo right now, which is not great. There's a little bit there, but that's no good. I don't think there's any there. Why is there so little nitro on this map? Jeez. Absolutely insane. This is just health, but I'll take it. Okay, fine. I'll do this then. Run explosive. The problem. Right now I'm looking at the RX 6750 GPU for an upgrade. Oh, what do you know? That's the exact same GPU I've been looking at, but I'm also waiting because it's it is somewhat old, or rather it's not. 6750 itself is not old, it's just an slightly newer version of an older thing. It's still like last gen. Which is like, okay, this is clearly pretty decent for its price, but also I kind of want to see what the 7700 would look like, because I would assume it would be somewhere similar price, maybe. I don't know. Could be. Right, I can get more ammo now. This will be fine.
Supplies are on the way.
Basically. Mm-hmm.
The resupply is here. I'm taking some of the ammo.
Okay, let's fill in ammo and
Getting
do this mission to the end. I'm being shot at. Can you go away? No, now it's gonna spawn somewhere. Okay. Oh, there.
menace eliminated.
Now, can I maybe finally try and do this? Don't even recall where I left an Aquark to mine. Is there one here? Yeah, some mission types can be really annoying all by yourself, and I would say this is one of them. Because you have to go through so much area. Try and find everything, and then you have to like bring them back and all by yourself, and yeah. Not the best. I think I gotta go this way.
Feel my wrath.
Okay, maybe I can find something here. Have a look.
I feel for the
Well, there's more nitro here too. Hello? Have you got some Aquark? Almost sort of looks like it, but it's not.
Swarm, they're here.
Oh, a swarm, great. Exactly what I want. Go this way? Where are you? Just need the one. Oh, this is really hard for some reason. Maybe there's just one really high up somewhere I missed. And I can just have the robot go take it. Seems the most likely, actually. No, not seeing anything. Let's go this way.
make every bullet count.
Wow, why is this so hard? Oh great, now I'm stuck in a hole. Bet you when you find it, it's gonna be staring right in the face. Yeah, probably. At the same time, there's usually like more than enough of those things, so it's not terribly typical that you're missing like one for so long. Okay, let's go up here maybe? Nothing here specifically, but up there? That looks promising, actually. Oh wait, this is like... I've already been here. Did I miss something here? Maybe here? It's a bunch of fossils. Not what I need.
Flares are recharging.
Oh, maybe over there.
Die like your mother did.
Jump there. Like I'm here? Not really, but at the same time, I don't feel like there's anything here either. Wow. I mean, I guess this was a cave complexity 3. This is actually not terribly surprising. That it is, wow, complex.
Hate to wait for flare charging.
What was that? I saw a hole there. Oh, there is a hole. It's just not what I think. Yeah, it was just like a weird air blowing thing. It should be so easy to spot too, because they just glow from a distance, but it's just not showing up basically. Where are you? Oh, hold on, is this? I feel like there's a room hidden somewhere that I just haven't spotted at all. Maybe I can just dig a little bit through. There's actually something there that kind of looked like an unexplored area. Let's go. Going for it. Y'all stop coming so I can dig? Ah, fine. Let's go. Okay, well, I found something new. Oh, there we have one. And two. A whole bunch.
Help me with the minerals
Okay,
here.
good.
Contact. Lock and load.
Well, typically you don't have to dig to reach places like this, but this does seem pretty sealed.
Preserve your bullets.
Anyway, as soon as my robot has this thing, we're gonna go. Actually, I don't even need to wait for it, do I? I can just go. Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff in here. Oh, it was down here. I just never explored over there. I didn't see that there was a way to access that. Okay. Not quite staring me in the face, but not too far. Because I was close to that place previously. Okay, I just gotta wait for the robot to get over here. In the meantime, though, there's gonna be a bunch of these. Get some ammo as soon as I can. I think I'm actually using the microwave gun more than I am the bill, because it has quite a nice synergy. And I also don't have the melee heal thing, which would make the drill much better here. Let's go and do this heal. It hurts a little bit, but need to get the ammo there.
Explosives, spikes.
Okay. Where is my robot? Gotta be close by. Ah, there it is.
Well done. You got them all.
Okay, I'm done. I'm not doing the optional objective.
We'll send in the escape pod.
Doing a point extraction while I'm solo and also trying to talk to the stream, and also it's a complex cave. Turns out that takes a while. No, it's fine. I was certainly entertained. Okay, well, I'm glad you were. Yeah, if I'm talking about something, some interesting subject, it's not like it's not such a big deal that I'm not advancing as much in the game, because you know I'm still doing something interesting. It's not like it's just dead. Kind of make me want to play Darktide again. I have Darktide, so if you want to play that, I would be down for that. If you want to do it as an off-stream thing or whatever. Of course, I do usually find myself rather busy, so who knows when I would actually find the time to do that. I also been offering to play this game with a few people or teach them, so who knows. But might as well offer, no harm in it. Okay, pod is almost here. Yeah,
Drop pod en route. Hang in there.
Okay, drop pod, where are you? Oh, drop pod, there you are. Is he going down here? Looks like it. Oh, well, this was a pretty straightforward extraction. I'll take it.
Pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
Alright,
Extraction
I
commencing.
think that'll be me done for the day. Getting quite late. Wow, everything's trying to get in. Thanks to everyone who's been here. Hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you'll join me another time. I would probably be playing this again. Not sure when. It'll probably be a thing I'll do every now and then. It's a nice and casual time, easy enough to talk with people and so on. As I mentioned earlier, before everyone got here, as for the rest of this week, I originally planned to have a stream on Friday. However, I've been re-examining my schedule, and I'm realizing that's probably not quite going to work out. I have some things to do for Saturday that I'm gonna have to deal with, but so I'll most likely be continuing next week with streaming. I finished Resident Evil 4 this week, so that will be getting replaced by another game. I have been considering doing basically a voice acting stream with whatever game I start, so look forward to that. It'll be likely either Chained Echoes, which is an indie Japanese-style turn-based role-playing game, or it will be the Pale Beyond, which is a sort of you could describe it as a survival RPG, survival role-playing game. Where you make some hard decisions in a tough environment, but quite story-based. yeah, I'm looking forward to playing those. I hope people will enjoy a little bit of voice acting. I'm hardly a professional, but I can do a few voices. I think it'll
Assignment
be fun.
completed.
And I'm looking forward to playing both of those games, in fact. So that'll be it for the day. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves. I hope I'll see you again. And for now, I'll say good night, and I will say see if there is someone I could raid. I read for a fellow hobby VA. I'm not sure I even go so far as to call it a hobby yet. It's something I'm kind of trying out because sorry, my throat is getting a little bit dry. Yeah, it's just something that during the first stream I kind of realized, oh yeah, I can voice act these characters that don't actually have any voice lines, and I got some positive feedback for it. Right, let me see who is online. There is a bunch of Finnish VTubers online, however, I would like it to be someone I'm actually familiar with. But if not, then that's fine. It is getting a little bit late, however, so it's possible there's not going to be that many. Oh, look at that. Shark Pachysaur seems to be online. I'm somewhat familiar with her, so I'm gonna go ahead and